I greet you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator. Event is coming soon. YouTube channel. Here's the latest intel.
We interrupt this video to bring you a special announcement. We will continue with your video after this short announcement. There is a massive boycott with YouTube and its advertisers happening right now. This boycott threatens our existence, as well as the entire YouTube channel database. You can do a search on Google to confirm this boycott. We urge you to help by supporting our channel with a $1 donation, just $1, to help offset our growing expenses. Our staff is working diligently to keep you informed and up to date on events and intel that you have grown accustomed to receiving. Our staff produce over 70 videos on a daily basis in English and in Spanish. This is a tremendous undertaking. This is why we use a computerized voice, because of the massive amount of information we provide for you. We accept PayPal donations, and our donation link is below in our description. When the boycott is over, we'll let you know. This is a serious situation for YouTube and its advertisers. If you appreciate our channel and the intel that we provide for you, then please consider this much needed $1 donation. I want to personally thank you in advance for your support. Victory of the light. And now, here is your scheduled video.
These zodiac pairs are the most passionate and powerful together. By conscious reminder. Did you check the papers every day when you were a kid to see what your horoscope for the day was? You don't have to believe in astrology completely to still find it interesting. Just because your husband of 20 years is a Taurus while you're a Sagittarius, there's no reason to panic about your incompatibility and reevaluate your entire relationship. However, trying to take a peek into the future and getting an insight into ourselves will never stop being fun. Here are the signs you're most compatible with according to your zodiac. 1. Aries Libra. While Aries can have great leadership qualities and are usually quite aggressive, their head-first attitude can also get them in tight spots. These qualities also spill over into their personal life, with Aries always seeking to take control of the relationship. If there's one thing that an Aries dislikes above all else, it's mind games. If you're trying to woo an Aries, always remember they will appreciate your honesty more than you playing coy. Sexually as well, Aries is far from your placid lover. They're extremely passionate people and expect the same from their partner. Their best bedfellows tend to be Leos or Scorpios, who match their fiery sexuality move for move. While these signs can often form deep relationships with them as well, Aries tends to gravitate toward the carefree Libra when they want something meaningful. Libra's demand for an emotional connection keeps their feelings grounded, while still nurturing their need for adventure. Taurus is usually the worst sign for an Aries as they tend to be too dismissive of an Aries who need to feel in charge. 2. Taurus Virgo. The reliable, grounded Taurus is likely to be a homebody who values their time with family above all else. They're also a stickler for tradition and can always be counted on to bring the family together for a special occasion. For a Taurus, lovemaking is of much more importance than the basic mechanisms of the act. A Taurus wants to be courted and serenaded with big romantic gestures. They are most compatible with Virgos who also center their lives around family. They also have the best sexual relationships with them because Virgos understand their preference of sensuality over sex. Sometimes however, especially for the more controlling and possessive Taurians, they tend to match better with Scorpios who are just as intense as they are. But one sign almost every Taurus tends to stay away from is the wild Sagittarius, always looking for the next big adventure. 3. Gemini Sagittarius. Funny and spirited Geminis are always the best to be around. They can talk to you about almost anything, keep everyone in splits with their wit and never let anyone have a dull moment when they're with them. However, the flighty nature of the air sign Gemini makes it difficult for them to have a steady relationship. Most Geminis tend to fear commitment and will back out of a relationship almost as soon as they sense it becoming serious. The keen intellect of the Gemini craves a partner who they feel is as well-read and smart as they are. Their idea of foreplay is usually engaging in quick-witted sexual banter with their partner. For a Gemini to be willing to commit, they need a partner who will never tie them down and with whom they can always enjoy a good laugh. Smart, outgoing Sagittarians are always quick to catch a Gemini's eye. Their impulsive characters often complement each other, allowing them both to blossom. Most Geminis, however, will avoid Capricorns, whom they perceive as boring homebodies. 4. Cancer Taurus. If you know someone who's a Cancer, chances are they're the most compassionate and selfless person you've met. The most striking feature of a Cancerian is their empathy. This is also many times their greatest weakness, as they can find it impossible to say no to people. They're rarely one to search for one-night stands. Cancerians love relationships and like nothing more than sharing a deep, meaningful bond with someone. Their best match is usually with Taurus, who also values emotional connections above all else. These two usually have the best dates at home watching old movies and love building a house together. Cancers usually take others' words very seriously, and even a flippant remark can hurt them. For this reason, they stay away from outspoken Leos who don't realize how much damage a thoughtless word can inflict in a sensitive Cancer. 5. Leo Aries. A Leo can usually be spotted a mile away. They're the ones at the center of everyone's attention, the one who has a dozen suitors lined up for them and the one who can disarm you with the most engaging smile. Leos rarely ever go through a dry spell, which is great for them because this is an incredibly passionate sign. Their drive to be the best at everything can make them an incredibly attentive lover, just as long as you appreciate their skills too. They love everything luxurious, but they're usually just as happy to give gifts than to receive them. Leo's biggest stumbling block can be their pride, which rarely allows them to accept their mistakes. The Leo would prefer to go days without talking rather than utter an apology. They are most suited to Aries partners who are just as passionate as they are. Aries and Leos will have the most explosive arguments but also show each other grandiose gestures of love. Many Leos though cannot stand to be in the same room as a Scorpio. They scoff at Scorpio's intensity and delusions of grandeur, while Scorpions in turn refuse to give in to a Leo. 6. Virgo Scorpio. The most orderly of all the signs of the zodiac, Virgos are happiest when everything is fitted into place and they have completed everything on their to-do list. Virgos apply this same desire for perfection to their love life, often with failed results. They tend to be overly critical of their partner's flaws and be impatient with their efforts to improve. Once a Virgo is in a steady relationship, however, they will always place it at the top of their color-coded and bullet-pointed priority list. Incorrectly perceived by many to be virginal and chaste, Virgos can be extremely attentive partners. They tend to place greater importance on intimacy and go to great lengths to create a romantic atmosphere. The intense emotional connection Scorpios need matches perfectly with the Virgo's own desire for the same. The ordered Virgo will keep the fast-paced Scorpion in check, while the overt sexuality of Scorpio will help draw out a reserved Virgo. Virgos usually turn their noses up to Sagittarius, however, whom they find to be too flighty and not intellectual enough for them. 7. Libra Gemini. Libras are usually the first to step into a conflict and help all parties reach a solution. They are well known for their tact and excel in areas which require diplomacy. They are usually great to go on dates with because their curiosity to know everything about the people around them will make you seem interesting to them. Librans usually actively seek out relationships because they were never meant to be solitary creatures. A lonely Libra can sink into lethargy and boredom unless someone comes along to keep them company. They place intellect far above passion and will rarely be motivated to seek a relationship just for the physicality of it. Libras and Gemini are a match made in astrological heaven. They are both excellent conversationalists and stimulate each other mentally. The stable Libra also helps flighty Geminis to land back on the ground again and face reality. Libras will rarely ever match with a Virgo though. They find Virgos to be too unimaginative and frankly, boring. 8. Scorpio Pisces. A Scorpio might seem tough and callous on the outside, but don't let their exterior fool you. Inside, most Scorpions are sensitive, craving for love and attention. Intense is the word most commonly associated with Scorpios, and with good reason. When a Scorpio gets an idea in their head, they usually focus solely on it, completely oblivious to everything around them. They're also the most revengeful of all the signs. Your Scorpio friend will probably still remember the day in second grade you broke their pencil and continues to think of ways to get back at you. Scorpios are virtually the embodiment of sex. They're extremely lustful, passionate creatures who can be quite aggressive in bed. Scorpio and Pisces, the two most emotional signs of the zodiac, are also perfect matches for each other. They understand each other intuitively and their relationship is based on a shared understanding of each other's needs. They try to stay away from Aries though, whom they find too tiring and superficial. 9. Sagittarius Aquarius. There's nothing a Sagittarius dislikes than staying in one place for too long. The wanderlust within the Sagittarius soul propels them to travel to new places and constantly search for new things to do. They usually adapt to new environments and cultures very easily and rarely feel homesick. In relationships, a Sagittarius is only willing to commit to a partner who gives them all their freedom and doesn't make too many demands on their time. There's nothing a Sagittarius fears more than boredom, so for them to fall in love with you, you need to be the most engaging person in the room. They also get bored of routine very easily, so you will constantly have to find new ways to spend your dates and new moves to show off in bed. Aquarius identifies with their need to keep moving and will never desire to tie them down. They are both equally adventurous and open-minded, ensuring there's never a dull moment in their relationship. A grounded, home-centric Taurus, however, is the last person Sagittarius will ever want to be with. 10. Capricorn Virgo. Capricorns usually know early on what their goals in life are and spend the rest of their time working toward it. They rarely ever miss out on their ambitions as they have all the skills and hard work required to attain them. They might initially seem aloof, but that's only because Capricorns are too scared to get hurt. Once they let down their walls and forge a connection with someone, they put in all the work required to ensure that the relationship succeeds. Capricorn places sexual intimacy almost on the same level as an emotional connection. They find it impossible to sacrifice one for the other, and so demand both in a relationship. They work very well with Virgos who are just as focused and orderly as they are. They might even meet in a stationery shop, stocking up on day planners. Capricorns, however, can never get along with a Gemini. Try as they might, they can never understand Gemini's carefree, impulsive attitude. 11. Aquarius Libra. Your activist friend who is always standing up for a cause and voicing their opinion on injustices is probably an Aquarius. Aquarians are highly intelligent and are keenly aware of inequalities in the world. They're more observant of injustice than most and will do everything in their power to right a wrong. This attitude of theirs causes many to think of them as idealistic, but to an Aquarius, there's nothing more important than justice in the world. Their responsive attitudes also make them adventurous and enthusiastic bedfellows, and they're always keen to give back as much as they get. The justice-loving Aquarius matches perfectly with Libra's own desire for equality. Libras will never dismiss their ideas and will always help them draw placards to join in a protest. Cancerians, though, will never be able to gel well with Aquarius. Cancer will never understand why Aquarius cares more about children in underdeveloped countries than their own needs. 12. Pisces Capricorn. One of the most creative signs of the zodiac, Pisces is extremely talented, artistic and spontaneous. They usually have an unwavering belief that they can achieve their dreams and they will never get lost in the competitiveness of the rat race. This strong faith that Pisceans have can also be their downfall. When things don't work out as expected, they feel like the ground under them has shifted and they lose all hope. Their soulful, creative side is also on full display in the bedroom, with Pisceans game for almost anything their partner wants to try out. While on the face of it, the dreamy Pisces and focused Capricorns can seem poles apart, in this particular case, opposites attract. Both appreciate each other's goals and most importantly, Capricorn can pull Pisces back up when they feel dejected. The usually messy, disorganized Pisces will usually find it hardest to live with a Virgo, as the Virgo absolutely detests anything being out of place.
Please like us and share with your social media. Please subscribe and click the bell to be notified of our new videos.
Remember to check out our playlist for important intel you may have missed.
Be sure to enter our subscriber appreciation $100 monthly giveaway. The link is in our description.
And visit our sister channel. The event is coming soon for additional intel and information.
Stay tuned.
Victory of the Light.
Event is coming soon. YouTube channel.